So today on Big House Brawl, we're going to be discussing something that's not exactly too fun to talk about. It's not exactly enjoyable. It is very interesting, but it's interesting for ways that you don't want it to be interesting. This isn't something that I want to be here talking about. I don't think this is something that you guys want to be here hearing about necessarily, and I don't believe this is something that really should be a major discussion point right now in the sporting world. Obviously, you've seen the title that I'm going to be speaking about memberships today, and the fact that everyone is asking for a refund on their membership because, you know, with the AFL, with the NRL, with the A-League all being suspended, they feel like they're not getting what they paid for. And in reality, that's the truth. They aren't getting what they paid for. However, this is an absolutely no fault of the sport themselves. And are you actually going to try and tell me that you're a true fan of your club if you're going to ask for your refund back, if you're going to ask for your money back? I'm getting straight into the facts here. And we'll talk for quite a bit after, and we'll discuss it on both ends of the spectrum. Don't tell me you're a true fan and you're sticking by this club through thick and thin if you're asking for your $100 back. So hard. It's so hard. It really is so hard. So hard because I understand that I know a lot of people are in a really difficult situation right now. I know a lot of people have lost their jobs, obviously. I know a lot of people are needing the money, you know, needing every single bit of money they can. Without this club, you know, where do you find your enjoyment? And I understand, I'm very well aware right now that there is no club to bring that enjoyment. You can't watch any of the game. But think future-wise, okay? And we're going to get to why this is relevant in a second. Think future-wise. When all this does blow over, whether it's 3 months or 6 months or 18 months, no matter, whenever it does, there will be AFL, there will be rugby league, your team will be there as long as they can financially sustain through this period. Now, it's obviously very difficult to financially sustain through this period when obviously you're having to pay players, you're having to pay staff, you're having to pay, you know, just your regular costs. Plus, you're not getting any money in from no sources, no sponsors, no nothing, no broadcast rights. And then add on to this, you're losing money from your members because they all want refunds. When these clubs are speaking right now, when they're speaking about how they're in dire straits and they're finding it very difficult to survive in this time, they're accounting for your member money. They're accounting for your membership money in this, you know, discussion that they are struggling. If you're going to remove that membership money, they're going to even further struggle. Massively. And it's also another burden on top of their heads, in which I don't believe is a necessary burden. I really don't think you should be asking for your money back. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that you can sit there and call yourself a true fan, but when your club goes through a tough time financially, you're the first person to say, you know what, give me my money back. You know, screw you, basically. And that's basically what I believe you're saying. Now, there's going to be much differing opinions on this. Some people have, the circumstances are going to be very difficult to go over, because we all know that there are some families who are struggling, who have a lot of kids, they have a lot of people in their home, and they need to be able to feed them. However, I do genuinely believe the government is providing a pretty good option in regards to, you know, the sustainability of $1,500 a fortnight. Now, that's completely separate, that's political, and that's based on my opinion. However, I seriously don't see where you could consider yourself a true fan of a club through thick and thin if you feel like you need to get your $100 back or your $300 back. Like, look, if you're getting up towards the thousands, if you're like in a box or something like that, then I'm pretty certain you do have the money in the first place, and you're a lot better off than a lot of people. But then again, that is just personal opinion. We all know that this time is something that we all need to stick together in. That's another reason I'm just like, well, this isn't sticking together, the fact that we're having this conversation right now. This isn't sticking together whatsoever. Survival of the fittest, and you're throwing your own club under the bus. You're providing that extra burden when trust me, they have a great deal that they're going through right now, an enormous task ahead of them. They've had to release 75 or 80% of their staff, 90% of their staff, only the absolute essentials, with, you know, probably accountants, obviously the CEO, people in the social media department. Only the essentials are still there. They still have to keep paying them, by the way, and they're not getting any added income to pay those people. So they're going to continue to go negative. And like I said, everything that you've heard in regards to financials that clubs have are inclusive of your membership fee. So if you're taking that membership fee out, then obviously, you know, you're gonna find a serious struggle beyond what you've been told. You're going to get through You will get through this next 6, 18, 3, 12 months. You know, you will get through it. I'm telling you right now, you will get through it if you listen to the government and if you take the benefits that are being provided. You will get through this next few months, this next 6, 12, 18 months. It'll be difficult, but you will get through it. And I guarantee you, I'm telling you right now, like your $100 to $500, I don't truly believe it's going to do the absolute amount that you possibly think it's going to do. Obviously, it will help a couple of weeks here and there, but I don't believe it's going to help to the absolute severe extreme that you're imagining. But then again, that's just me. That's just me. You guys obviously know your situation a lot better than I know your situation. I'm just well aware that without your membership money, the clubs will more than likely go under. It's really going to push them further down. And what I'm saying is that what you got to choose between is whether you love this club through thick and thin. You know that you're going to get through this time. You will get through this time. I'm just straight up saying this. You will get through this time. When we come back, do you want to have your club there, or do you want to support another team, or do you want to have no team? It baffles me. It baffles me that people truly don't look to the future. They don't look and think, you know what, how can this actually impact the future other than just now? Because everyone is obviously panicking right now. Everyone's panicking thinking, how long are we going to be in this mess? I need this money, I need that, I need to, sustain myself. And that is 100% correct. You do need to sustain yourself, and you do need to prepare, and you do need to lock down, you do need to listen. And please, for the love of God, stay inside. Just for the love of God, stay inside. Like, simple. It's really simple. Love of God. Stay inside. Simple. People are going to be like, well, these are major corporations. They don't deserve my $500, or they don't need it any more than I do. They do. They really, really do. They really, really do. And the fact that you're thinking that is saying as if like you have a negative connotation towards these teams, towards these major organizations. And it's like, well, then why do you support them in the first place? Why do you get behind them in the good times but not the bad times? Basically what you're saying is you've used and abused them. And it's a really weird way of saying this, but you've used and abused them all this time, and then when they've gotten to this point and everyone's just like in that point where they don't know what's about to happen, you're basically saying, you know what, piss off, I don't care, give my money back. Hopefully you're around in the future, but give my money back, I just don't care about you enough. That's what you're saying when you're asking for your money back. I will also say this. I understand the situation of asking for your money back a lot more with rugby league, NRL, and AFL. I understand that a lot more. I understand that it's literally the beginning of the season. Round 1 for the AFL, and round 2 for the NRL, and round 1 of the AFL, there was no fans. There was no fans that were able to go to those games. In round 2 for the NRL, they had no fans, but round 1, they was able to. I went to a game, went to the Parramatta Eels versus Dogs game. Like, that was the only game probably I'll get to this season. I understand rugby league and AFL a lot more than I understand A-League fans asking for their money back. Like, are you actually taking the right old piss? You've had a full season. You've gone to countless amounts of games. You've basically exhausted your membership. You're probably asking for what, like $50 back? Like, what's your problem? You supported your team this entire season and now you want your membership back? What are you doing? What are you doing? If you're an A-League fan, please sit down. Please sit over there and don't ever talk about asking for your membership money back. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. It's literally the end of the season. There's literally like 3 or 4 weeks, or even maybe less, of the season to go before the finals. I can understand AFL and NRL having this question brought up. I disagree with the question being brought up because, back your club through thick and thin. But I can understand why the question is being brought up. In regards to A-League, get in the corner. Go sit in the corner. Stop talking. This shouldn't be involving you. This doesn't involve you. This question does not involve you. The way I'm gonna wrap this up is I'm gonna say, if you are in absolute dire straits and you have no money, there is no physical possible way of getting through this next few months without your couple $100. And obviously go to your club, and this has to be last option, like literally last ditch option. If you're in such a situation that they will give your money back, they will refund your money back, or they'll do their best in the situation. However, I will say this. If you classify yourself as a true fan, gets behind the team always, is always there at games all the time, you're a die-hard fan who won't miss a game, doesn't know how to live their life without supporting their team, who doesn't know how to live their life without their team being there. And then I 100% urge you, please, don't ask the money back from your club, because there potentially won't be that club there when we return. This is very prevalent in rugby league, and I know it's prevalent in AFL too. AFL teams are struggling, not so much as rugby league, but they are still struggling. If you are that absolute die-hard fan, please, I really actively encourage you, don't ask for your money back. The club needs it a lot more than you probably do at this moment, because you will survive, you will get through, and the benefits that are being provided by the government, they are something that will be able to get you through. But please, if you can get by, I'm really actively, I'm imploring you to think about the sustainability of the game, think about the sustainability of these clubs, and think about the burden that they currently already have without a million calls saying, I want my $25 a week back. Because your club will die. Your club will die. This isn't a part of a joke to make sure the clubs keep getting more money, because they're not getting any money. They're losing money at a rapid rate. And that's why you're seeing teams like the Newcastle Knights, Perth Glory, completely, making everyone redundant. 80%, 90% of their staff and their players redundant. I would love to hear your thoughts. This is a very controversial opinion because it's more so siding with the corporation, organisation side of things rather than the fans. And obviously you guys know I'm a fan. I truly believe in the voice of the fans and the voice of the fans being predominant. So this is going against what my channel is. However, without the fans, there is no game. And this is incredibly pivotal in this point right here. Without the fans, there is no game. Without the membership money, there is no game. Without the ticket sales, there is no game. And if you take your membership money back, the fans are deserting their teams and their clubs in their most desperate times. So while I'm going to end the video here, if you did like the video, please give a big thumbs up. If this is something you believe, please share this. Please put this in different friends' Facebook feeds, messages, Instagram, Twitter, please get it out there so that people can see truly how much it's going to affect these clubs if you do take out your money from this membership. Please support your club through this time. They need it more than ever. This isn't an option anymore. They desperately need your support. They desperately need your support. But that will do us there, guys. Obviously, we don't usually do a lot of negative videos, but right now we kind of need to go over a few topics. If you do love your sport though, guys, this is the place to be. Jump down there, hit the subscribe button, join the BK Army, and also hit the little ding-a-ling-a-ling notification bell so you get a notification every single time that we upload. And to appreciate you guys as always, I hope you're staying healthy, you're staying safe. Please, for the love of God, stay home. Simple as that. Do not go out to the park. A little bit tough lunch because it'll be okay. That was all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.